What's going on? It's another edition of Patrick Eats, another Cooking with Patrick special. So if you haven't heard, maybe you have no clue what this even is, but if you are a fan of the ice cream, the Choco Taco, for whatever reason, Klondike has decided that I guess not enough people were buying it. I don't know. But the Klondike Choco Taco has been discontinued. You can't get it anywhere. Trust me, I've tried. It's gone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be like, I don't need you. We're gonna make it right here at home together, and we'll show you how quick and easy this is. The good thing about this is that most of this is stuff that if you cook, bake, anything of any sort, you should have. Most people already have their milk, sugar, flour, salt, eggs, butter. That's kind of like your basics everybody usually has. As far as the ice cream, this is I don't even know what company this is, but it's a brownie fudge swirl. Honestly, you can use any ice cream you want. The ice cream I think you're supposed to use is just like a Walmart or Kroger brand. I think it's just a brownie swirl or chocolate swirl. Anything like that will work. This is all they had. Then you got your chocolate chips. Brand doesn't really matter. They got all kinds of different brands. Then you got chocolate chips. We got mixed nuts. Cut up chopped nuts. Like I said, this really doesn't really matter. Any kind of chopped up nuts. I think this is peanuts and pecans, but really only just need peanuts. Then you got your fudge. You can also probably use chocolate syrup if you have that. It probably would work, but I just got the actual fudge. And then most people, probably if you do bake or whatever, you probably do have coconut oil, but if you don't, you just get like a small jar of coconut oil. Like I said, most of this is stuff you probably have at home, so it really doesn't cost much, and it's kind of a nice, fun thing that you can do. So we're gonna go step by step and see how easy this is. All right, so this will be the longest portion. It's actually overall shouldn't take too long. The actual making of the waffles slash tacos is gonna be the longest part. We're making them from scratch. Whether or not you can actually make it with waffle mix, I honestly don't know. I'm doing this the correct way. Maybe you can. I might try that after the see. But just to be safe, we're going to make this from scratch. So to start out, we got 1 cup of flour that you're going to mix into a bowl. On top, after that, you're gonna do 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Also, I'm gonna put all this in the notes at the bottom so you don't have to remember all this. Then we're gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Really don't need to use this probably can just eyeball it, but we're just gonna do everything correctly. Then that's all you're gonna do at first. Then you're gonna take and just gonna mix it all in there nice and good. Don't gotta do too much because we're gonna end up adding more to this afterwards. So then your second portion, you're gonna take 2 egg whites and 1 whole egg. So as you can see here, 1 whole egg, and then we got 2, we just take the egg whites out of it, not the yolk. That's what we got in here to start with. Then we're going to take 1/3 cup of unsalted melted butter. You just take unsalted melted butter, throw it in the microwave for about 30 seconds or so. We're going to mix that in there. Then we're going to go with 3 tablespoons of milk. I'm using just your regular 2% reduced fat milk. Honestly, that's what the videos I've watched said. You could probably use whatever non-fat kind of milk that you want. And then lastly, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Do that real quick. 1 and 2. And then from there, you're gonna take and basically you're gonna mix until that actual egg that is in there is nice and full. And then you're just gonna take it and you're gonna mix it with your flour and your sugar. And then from here, this is a good time to have a really good whisk. But if you don't have a good whisk, it's gonna take some time, it's gonna take some effort. I myself even need a better whisk. But all we're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna mix, make sure to get as much as you can. I'm not gonna record my whole self mixing this. Once I finish it, I'm gonna put it in the fridge for 15 minutes. I'll show you what it should look like, but I'm not gonna waste your time watching me mix this. So like I said, you're gonna mix, Might take a couple of minutes. You're gonna throw it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes, let it get a little hardened, and then we'll come back and make the actual waffles. All right, so the way we are doing this is with a cast iron skillet. The easiest way to do it would be with an actual waffle cone maker. That's just different from an actual waffle maker. It's not as thick. I couldn't find one anywhere. No one I know actually has one, so we're not gonna use that one. We should be able to still make it just as well with the cast iron skillet. So all we did was took 1 tablespoon, put it in the middle, then you're just gonna keep circling around and spreading it out till you kind of get it in a perfect circle. So it's not gonna be perfect, but you gotta do it really quick or else it's gonna start to harden really good or too much. So we're gonna leave it on this first side for about 3 minutes, maybe 4, depending on how, and we're also cooking this on medium heat. So we're gonna go about 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we're gonna take it, we're gonna flip it over, just gonna flip it on the, and you're gonna cook it on the other side for 1 minute. Then once that finishes, I'll show you how to shape it into the actual taco. All right, so we just did this. Like I said, we cooked on one side for 3 minutes, which that was almost a little too much. You probably can go more 2.5 minutes. And then 1 minute on the other side. So this is gonna be hot. You can use gloves. I'm kind of just not using gloves. But once you take it off, like I said, I'm just using literally a cooking spoon. Any one of these type of spoons will work. You're just gonna make sure that it's evenly layered, and you're just gonna put it on there. You're gonna hold it, and you're gonna probably maybe take a minute or so, but you're just gonna let it cool down basically. Once it cools down, it should harden into the actual taco. So we're just gonna leave it like that, and then we'll put it down, and then we'll make the other ones. All right, so we got the first taco that is hardened and ready to go. The rest of them are sitting. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the video with the first, but then when I finish, they'll all be ready, but you only need to see how to do it one time. So like I said, aesthetically, it's not the best because you're not using an actual waffle maker, but it gets the job done plenty. So you got our hot fudge. All you're gonna do, you don't gotta use much. You're just gonna take the hot fudge and go around like that. Then you can use a spoon, honestly. You can use whatever you want to use, but I'm just gonna use my basting brush because I have it. And you're just gonna take the basting brush and get a nice coat. Doesn't have to fill up the entire part, but should be able to fill it up pretty easily. That's just to get your first layer going, like that. That's plenty right there. Put it back in. Then from there, you're gonna take your ice cream and you're gonna fill it up as much as you can. Now with this, basically you're gonna go all the way up to the top. Don't overflow. Literally, you're just gonna go all the way up to the top. And I'll show you how to get this even here in a second once we get to the bottom. Kind of want to let your ice cream sit out, not too long, but just for a few minutes to get it a little bit softer. It will make your life a little easier than having the solid, super hard ice cream trying to do this. So go about a couple more layers there, and like there. Then once you start getting somewhat close, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna put a coating over this, so you're not gonna see this part anyway. But just because I'm like a perfectionist, basically, just gonna take it, just make sure, slowly try to smooth it out as much as possible. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna put a coating over it, but just go as high as possible, and then that will work just like that. Like I said, if you're a perfectionist, the way you're supposed to do it, supposed to, go through, smooth it out. But again, you're gonna put the coating of chocolate over this, so it really doesn't matter what the topping looks like. So you're gonna do this same way with all of them. I'm gonna make, I think, 3 total. Now, like I said, people that do this actually have a taco stand, like the actual taco holders. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna stack them up in here, it'll work. We're gonna put this in the freezer for about 10 minutes while we're making our actual chocolate coating, and then we'll bring it back out and finish it up. So we have the tacos in the freezer, getting them frozen a little bit more. So while that's happening, we're gonna take the chocolate chips. Ideally, like I said, you wanna use a glass container a little bit wider, more of a rectangle one. I don't have one, thought I had one, don't have one. So a circle one like this will suffice. You're gonna fill it up about halfway. Then you can kind of eyeball this, but measurement should be about two tablespoons of the oil. Like I said, I'm kind of just gonna eyeball this. It's about 2 tablespoons like that. So you're just gonna take that like that. You're gonna throw it into the microwave for a minute. You're gonna take it out after a minute, stir it, make sure it's all nice and melted, then throw it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. So the chocolate is good to go. So we did our minute, stir 30 seconds. Then from here, you're going to take your chopped up nuts and you're just gonna do enough to do a full layer on top. Then from there, you're gonna mix it real quick. Just get it all the way in there, nice and good, just to where you shouldn't be able to see much of it at the top. Have it mixed in there to a good amount to where you really can't see it. Then this is the tricky part, which is why you kind of want a wider base for your chocolate. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to do in this small one, but we'll try it and we will figure it out. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your taco and ice cream and you're going to do a dip. So I'm gonna do a half dip like that and then a half dip like that. Like I said, it's kind of hard to get in the middle when it's this tucked, when it's that small, like that. And then we'll try do it a little bit better with this one. So a full dip and then another dip like that. Now, obviously, the way I did it, it's kind of hard to get it in the middle. So we're just gonna take it and we're just gonna fill the middle part like that real quick, just to get the rest of the ice cream covered like that. Then take a little bit of the remaining of your nuts and cover like that all the way around like that. Then immediately throw it back in the freezer, probably for about another 15 minutes, just to let it freeze and harden, and we'll see what it looks like. So we're done. Like I said, it's honestly, I didn't do a test trial prior to this video. It's my first time doing it. Only fixes that I would do is that, like I said, should have loaded a little bit more ice cream. That's about the only fix I would say. They didn't load it as much as possible, but other than that, not too bad for a first time, especially at home. Like I said, obviously it's not gonna look exactly like a Choco Taco, but overall, like I said, after some good time of freezing, the chocolate hardened, the ice cream's hardened. I mean, it's overall decent for at-home value. Try to do a quick taste test. I imagine it's going to taste good. Oh wow. I can't say it tastes exactly like it, but pretty close. I definitely would recommend trying this, whether it be like a fun date night type situation, friends over, or just making it for yourself. If you really love Choco Tacos, overall pretty easy. Like I said, not too expensive. I really like it. Definitely something I would definitely do again. So Klondike, we don't need you. We're gonna make our own Choco Tacos. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully we'll be back very soon with a new video.